Uh, so good morning, Ganesh. It's been a while. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, Mark. It's all fantastic.
Excellent. It's great
Looking
to
forward
catch
for
up
the
with you.
yeah, looking forward for the year to end.
Yes, right.
It's
Ganesh, it's been a few months now since you've been taken over the CEO position at Inuit, and I just want to quickly catch up with you to talk about our global ETRM strategy and to kind of question, are we innovating fast enough for, to keep up in the space? And I think my first question would be, what do you see as the most significant barrier to innovation in ETRM, CTRM systems on a global scale, and how do you see it being overcome?
right. I think thanks. That's a great question, Mark. Right from my perspective, right, ETRM or a CTRM system sits at the intersection of trading, risk, and operations and compliance across all departments. So keeping all of these different stakeholders happy to produce quality capabilities and continue to innovate is always a challenge. I think the main challenge I see is fragmentation between these two departments and what they want from the system,
Mm-hmm.
high integration cost. Sometimes the most easiest and the cost effective solution may not be the right solution in terms of integration and interfaces. So keeping the balance between innovation and cost of innovation while keeping different stakeholders happy is always at the crux of any product vendor, be it Inuit or anybody else. I think that would be the most significant barrier for innovation, to try to keep the cost of integration low or
Mm-hmm.
let continue to innovate and keep all stakeholders happy across the board from front to back.
Excellent. Thank you. I think staying on this word balance that you used, how does a global strategy balance regional needs while maintaining a unified approach to ETRM adoption?
So I think if you look at it from a global strategy, right, oil is oil or LNG is LNG.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the regional needs, you are basically kind of bucket them into two parts. One is your regulatory and compliance, for a US or European market towards an APAC market. Your regulation and compliance needs a little bit different, and the market structural differences, time horizons, product definitions, how do you report them, generally goes back. I think to tie back to your first question where you said, hey, how do you overcome this? I think the best way to overcome global strategy would, while continue to innovate, is have a very clean, open standards and common data models across all while you're innovating the product.
Mm-hmm.
And API first, modular architecture and interoperability at the heart of your product innovation, cloud adoption and using of shared platform services, and have highly governed data governance, lineage, and trust frameworks. All of this at the part of your heart of your product management will help you to actually cover multi commodities like Innovate does,
Mm-hmm.
across multi region like Innovate does. I think it kind of encapsulated with your first question, Mark.
Excellent. Okay. One last question, Ganesh. I know you're very busy. With 2026 on the horizon, what do you see as the most critical shift businesses need to make in their ETRM, CDM strategies nowadays to stay competitive?
I think if I have to give three bullets at a high level, number one starts always with teams, upskill teams, and change management. A lot of things are getting innovated around AI. That's the first thing, to just say,
Mm-hmm.
make sure that your team is prepared for the shift. Second is migrate your existing systems, or if you're launching new systems, choose a system which is cloud native and not cloud and also cloud agnostic, similar to Innovate. And if you're not going down the direction of changing your existing system, at least try to re-architect around APIs and event-driven services, which will improve your connectivity within your ecosystem. So for me, those three things: upskill your teams, migrate to the cloud native platforms, re-architect around APIs and event-driven services. And if you want to put some low-hanging fruit, make sure that your real-time risk analytics is pretty streamlined so that you can actually just manage all the shift which is happening in the market.
Excellent. Ganesh, thank you once again for your time today. I wish you a good rest of weekends coming up. So I wish you a good weekend coming up and catch
Thanks.
up with you later. Thank you.
All right. Cheers, man.
So-